Hey there, this is Mary Sheila, and welcome. I am going to do some cooking with a dear friend and colleague of mine, Marcella Friel.
Hi.
So we're going to actually we're going to make an incredible lemon tahini dressing. And Marcella has also written a book that I want to share with you. But first, I just want to do a little talking. I know I got mine too, miss.
You're
But I'd love to just do a little talking with her and just talking about a little bit about you. So, Marcella, you are in Crestone, Colorado, in your kitchen, and I'm in Occidental, California, in my kitchen in Sonoma County. And we are both foodies, and we both work in the healing art of really helping and supporting people with their journey with their food and their health, right? Um, and Marcella and I met at Bowman College, where we were both teachers, and we taught a class together. And you have gone on to do amazing things as life takes us on the journey. So just share a little bit about what you've been up to in the last few years.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks, Mary and Sheila, for inviting me on to your show here. This is really fun. Um, I call myself a food and forgiveness mentor for health conscious women. So, what I do is help smart, health conscious women, like a lot of the women watching this show, heal their relationship with binge eating, yo yo dieting, sugar addiction, and chronic body shaming. And that's basically what my book Tap Taste Heal is about. It was published in April by North Atlantic Books in Berkeley. And the main thing that I do is I run a program called the Women Food and Forgiveness Academy. It's a 6-month transformational mentorship program for women who want to create sanity, stability, and consistency in their relationship with food, and for women who want to create, sustainable, enduring weight loss solutions as well. And Mary Sheila, of course, co-teaches with me in the academy. And I think I can say pretty honestly, Mary Sheila, we're a kick-ass dynamic duo. I mean, the results that I am seeing with the women in the academy, honestly, it like drops me to my knees. I mean, I've been seeing women lose 55 pounds without dieting and forgive their past and heal their traumas and get better sleep and get off of medications that they want to get off of and, rebalance their hormones and really just totally live a better life in every way. And, you know, I mean, I guess I can take a measure of credit for that, but, Mary Sheila, you also have been an enormous part of bringing those results about. So it's really great to be here.
Yay. And, I mean, anytime somebody has really steps up to work on their health and heal themselves, they are ready and they are the ones that are really doing the work. And that's who I think we really have been working with is that, in your group particularly, is women who are ready to heal, right? Who
That's
are ready to do the work. And in the age of so much information, it's about saying, well, here, let's take you on this journey and show you a path and help to light the way.
I love that. Women who are ready to work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's always whenever I have a client that's really successful and they tell me and they thank me and I say, well, you got to thank yourself because you're the one that's doing all the work every day with every choice you make. I said, but like, let me step back and do a happy dance. But like, yay.
Yeah. Great.
Yay. Well, that's so awesome. I love it. And I love that I get to see you so much too when you're all the way in Crestone, Colorado.
Yeah. Crestone, Colorado. Yeah. Don't tell anybody. It's a hidden land.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I've been up there a couple times, and there's an incredibly beautiful mountain range right behind her house that is always full of a little bit of snow, and sometimes a lot of snow. And it's very high elevation. And actually, the last time I was there, I had to adapt.
Yes, you did. I remember that.
Although I was happy to get back to sea level, just at least for how I felt. But yeah, so let's see. I would love to make, so in my little cooking shows, I love to make a something that is, and most of the things I've been making in my little cooking shows have been vegetable dishes.
Yeah, the beautiful salads, beautiful vegetable dishes. I know it's been really fun to watch you.
Thanks. Yeah. And one of the things that I wanted to do today with you, because we were talking about what we could make, was a salad dressing. And so in addition to being an emotional freedom technique practitioner, so Marcella uses EFT,
Oh
and
yeah, that's right.
also, of course, how I met her was as a natural chef. And, we taught these classes together where I would lecture about nutrition for, an hour, and then she would, take everyone in the kitchen and cook together. And so I feel like we both learned a lot of great things from each other. And I learned some fun things from you in the kitchen for sure. But one of the things that I think is like the easiest thing, or maybe it's not easy, especially if you haven't done it, but one of the best places to start is, with the fats and the oils that you use when you're cooking, because they have play such a big role, literally, because every single cell has a cell membrane that is made of fat. And so the quality of the fats and oils we put in our body make a big difference about how our cells are able to communicate with one another, take in nutrients, release waste. All that has to do, so much of it has to do with fat. So salad dressings, right? They are easy to buy, and we all might have our favorite, but literally we want to have one that is like, we know the fats and oils, and most of them are not made with olive oil anymore. So, and I don't even know if we're putting olive oil in this one, but are we putting olive oil in this one of yours?
You certainly can. I can reach back here and grab my olive oil. Not in this case, not necessary, but you certainly could. A dash. It's not, the olive oil is not the mainstay of the salad dressing we're going to make.
Right. But we know what fats and oils are in there. And when you look at labels and you start seeing like canola and corn and soy or this and this, then it's a cheaper quality oil. It's only used because it's cheap. And I have, if you went back and looked at what was how like 10 years ago, it probably was made with olive oil, and now it's made with something cheaper. So we're going to just show you a really quick, easy, delicious salad dressing that you can make at home. And it's delicious. So let's get cooking, Marcella.
Let's get cooking, Mary Sheila. You know what? I want to I forgot salt.
That's okay. Go grab it.
And I'm going to grab my zester as well, because I think it'd be fun to do some lemon zest. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's always fun when you forget something. So we're going to make a lemon tahini dressing, and we're both going to make it side by side so that we can, maybe even vary some of the ingredients, because when Marcella and I were talking, I don't have everything she has. So we're going to play with what we have on hand, because that's the best way to cook.
All righty. So how do you want to do it? I will follow your lead.
Well, you tell me what's the first thing we're going to add to our dressing, and let's just start chopping and cutting and pouring.
Okay, so this is a lemon tahini salad dressing that I'm going to make, and it's pretty straightforward. Lemon tahini salad dressing is sort of a holdover from my hippie health food days. I don't know, Mary Sheila, you probably remember like going to the co-op, man, and getting a salad with some lemon tahini dressing. So it's kind of an old health foodie salad dressing, but it's also kind of a classic, And I love the combination of lemon and tahini. And if you make it thin enough, it's just lovely. And it can go on, salad, obviously. But it's also the kind of thing that if you thicken it up a little bit, you could put it on like, bread or, rice cakes or whatever, or like rice or, what have you. So it's got some versatility to it. You could also, if you make it thick enough, you could also use it as like a dip, for like crudité. So what we've got here, let's see, to begin with, here's my salad dressing bowl. Can you see me? Like, can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So the first ingredient that I've got is a 1/4 cup of tahini. So are you doing your 1/4 cup of tahini, Mary Sheila?
You betcha.
Okay, so I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of tahini. And you know, this is an imprecise science. We'll taste test it toward the end, and we'll see if we need more or less.
Totally.
So for those of you who don't know, let me just hold up the tahini label. I don't know if you can see that. Tahini is sesame seed butter, roasted sesame seed butter. So Mary Sheila, maybe you want to talk about, I don't know if there's a big difference between, say, getting tahini in the jar like this versus, say, just buying a bottle of sesame oil or what have you. I mean,
Well,
I would imagine the oils are going to be a little bit more intact. I don't know if that's true.
the oil is going to be just the oil. This is the whole sesame seed just ground down. And you know, sometimes people will just do that and they'll just take tahini and or sesame seeds and grind it for like 5 minutes in your Cuisinart, and you can kind of make a butter, but it's just like peanut butter, but it's made with sesame seeds instead of peanuts to make a butter. So it's a tahini is sesame butter. It's really high in calcium, and it's got some healthy fats in there too. So it is a great nourishing food, really.
So delicious. So the next ingredient that I'm putting in here is the juice of a lemon.
Okay.
And actually, this is interesting because this lemon, this lemon is like rock hard.
Should I zest it first, Marcella?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just put a little bit of lemon zest in it. Now, Mary Sheila, hold up the tool that you're using. This is a good teaching point. Okay, I'm holding up mine. You're holding up yours. There's a difference between these two tools. What Mary Sheila is holding up is a microplane. And what that is going to give you, when you use that microplane to scrape the surface of the lemon, you're going to get kind of like crumbles of zest, right? What I'm using here is a zester, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's got different holes. And when I use the zester, and I'm so sorry I cut the lemon first, but when I use the zester, what I'm doing is pulling, and I'm going to get actual curls of zest versus like crumbling. Actually, for these purposes, you know, sometimes it's appropriate to use the microplane and sometimes it's appropriate to use the zester. The zester is really good when you want to garnish a dish with some zest, but for the purposes of just simply having that lemon flavor blending in, what Mary Sheila is using as the microplane is actually the ideal tool. Okay, so I'm actually just going to zest half of this lemon because I think that's going to be plenty.
Totally. And then I'm going to pour, am I going to juice the whole lemon in there?
Yeah, go ahead. And I've got a little wooden reamer here that I'm going to use.
Okay, yeah. I got a Cadillac because I have a lemon tree, so I'm going to go big.
Nice.
Go home. I do this all the time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, how are your lemons? How were your lemons this year?
You know, my lemon tree is way older than me, and older
than you. Did you say?
Yes, it's a very old tree. It's older than you. I don't know how old it is, but I think it's at least like maybe 60 years old. And the last couple of years when we've had a lot of rain, we've had a ton of lemons, and then they haven't been able to handle all the rain, and they've molded and fallen. So that's been the last couple of years, which is very sad. But there are a lot of green ones, and I'm hoping that, you know, it's doing okay. But they're, you know, so these are they're not like bright yellow. I mean, it's not really lemon season anyway, but so I'm just thankful to have any. But is like, what if I didn't have lemons? Could I use like vinegar instead, right?
That's a really good question if you didn't have lemons, because I need to just use my finger to scrape off this spatula here. The two main ingredients of any salad dressing are going to be acid and fat. So the fat here is coming from the tahini, from the oils, from the sesame, and then the acid is coming from the lemon juice. So we don't need to put a vinegar in here, but if you wanted to, you know, if you don't have lemon juice, you could just put in like, I would use like an apple cider vinegar.
Nice.
Or maybe like a champagne vinegar or something like that. You know, you could just play with it. But fat and acid are the two main ingredients of a salad dressing. So like you could make a salad dressing with, you know, fruit juice and avocado.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can make a salad dressing with, you know, something like yogurt,
Mhm.
right? And a little bit of lemon or lime juice, So it's pretty versatile.
That's awesome.
So here's my tahini and lemon together. Mine is pretty pasty. How about yours, Mary Sheila?
Yeah, as soon as I mix the lemon and the vinegar, it kind of
Yeah.
thicks up. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to put in a little bit of warm water. I've got this cute little pitcher full of warm water here. It's about 2 tablespoons.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna.
And that will help to loosen it up quite a bit.
All
Oh, yeah.
right.
For some splashing around. Oh, I've got a big glob of tahini inside my whisk. Oh, this is so wonderful for a cooking demo. But this is real life in the kitchen here.
I was holding this up a minute ago. This weekend I taught a blood sugar class and we made a shrub with apple cider vinegar and we threw some grapes and apples and some spices in here and then it. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, that would be really good in it too. So I think if I need more acid in mine once I taste it, I'm going to throw a little of my shrub in there.
Oh, that sounds really good. That sounds delicious.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, it's getting a little thinner, but I think it's still going to need some more water.
Okay.
Maybe even some more lemon juice. You know what? Let me see here. I think I have another. Oh, I have another lemon. So I might add another lemon in here, Mary Sheila.
All right. I'm going to throw a little shrub just because that's what I just said. I put about a tablespoon of shrub. So it'd be like a tablespoon of vinegar or something.
In the meantime, I've got some tamari.
Okay.
And here's the holdover from the old hippie days. I'm just going to put like a teaspoon of tamari in.
Okay. So Marcella, I was again kind of thinking, well, what do I have? What do I not have? I actually have some coconut aminos, which is a version, especially if people don't want to use soy. So I'm going to use coconut aminos instead of tamari.
Okay.
So about a teaspoon?
Yeah, about a teaspoon. It's just to give it a little bit of flavoring.
Perfect.
It's tamari. I think of tamari as kind of like the quintessence of umami.
Yes.
Tamari is sort of like it just gives it a little umami. So you know what? I am going to go ahead and put in another half of a lemon.
Okay.
I'm afraid that if I put in too much water, the lemon isn't going to be strong enough. And also the other piece, where did my reamer go? It's somewhere. The other piece is that these lemons, like I said, they feel really rock hard. So they're probably underripe.
Yeah.
They might have been, even though they're organic lemons, they might have been artificially ripened.
Yeah.
And they just might not have the same flavor as the beautiful lemons from Mary Sheila's lemon tree, or
totally.
Those amazing lemons that you can get in California in the wintertime. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a little bit more lemon juice.
And maybe I'm going to start chopping my garlic. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Yes, okay. Yes. Let me get a little sponge here.
There I go.
And wipe off my cutting board. So one of the important points that I used to teach in culinary school is always keep your cooking space clean. Wipe your knife and wipe your station down between tasks. Something that I learned from my culinary mentor, who was Anne Marie Colbin, the late Anne Marie Colbin, God rest her soul. I loved that woman. She was my teacher at the Natural Gourmet in New York City. Mm-hmm. And she used to say, do not mix the flavors until they're ready to mix themselves.
Ah.
Yeah, like you don't want to chop, garlic on a lemony cutting board. Even though you have garlic and lemon in the dish, you want to just keep it distinct because you want to be the one to control.
Yes, I like
flavors it. Mix. All right, well, I want to cut, but I'm afraid I'm going to jiggle my screen too much here, so I'm going to have to be very gentle. Oh, you know what? I want to show something, Mary Sheila. I've chopped my garlic a little bit. I want to show how to make a garlic paste. Can I do that?
Oh, yes, please.
Can you see my knife and my cutting board?
I think so, yeah.
So I'll talk you through if you can't see it. So I've got a little bit of sliced garlic on my cutting board.
All right.
And I've got a little bit of salt here.
Okay.
So this is a great thing to do for something like a salad dressing or for a steak marinade. I'm taking the blade of my knife. Okay. And I am smashing the salt into the garlic. And this makes it, it brings out all the flavors of the garlic. And it also just softens the garlic and makes it a little bit easier on the palate so that you're not just getting like big pieces of garlic in your mouth or what have you. You can also do something like this in a mortar and pestle, but you can also just do it on your cutting board.
This
Why get another
is
dish dirty?
the pearl, Marcella. You just
Huh?
you just delivered the pearl of this conversation. I've never done this before.
Oh, seriously?
So excited. And you know what? Like that is the action of salt. Salt liquefies, right? So salt is warming. So when you eat salty things, the action in the body is going to warm you up. And the action of salt is to liquefy.
Mm-hmm.
So even, we add salt with fats and we add salt for flavor, but it helps to liquefy our food. So anytime you add salt, like if you marinate your meat in salt, it will help to break it down. So that's the action. Oh, I'm so excited to learn this trick. Yay.
Ah, very good. So I'm going to put this on my knife and I'm going to just show you guys. I'll see if I can show that. Can you see that?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. Let me see if I bring it up here. Maybe you can see
Well,
it.
you can see it. Yeah. Yeah. And I bet it'll be bigger on the big screen.
So you can make a little garlic. I'm making a little garlic paste here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and just put that in and I'm going to whisk that around.
Yeah, the garlic is totally wet with the salt. It's awesome.
Exactly. It's wet and it should be kind of squishy.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I was thinking at the beginning, well, shouldn't we add the garlic first so it can blend in? But we just we kind of woke up that garlic. We sort
Exactly.
of did it.
So I just put in a little, a crunch, a little turn of black pepper, Mary Sheila.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got my tea kettle full of warm water here. I think we might have to add even more water.
Okay.
I don't know. How's yours doing?
Mine is pretty wet. Mine, I'm going to add a little more, but I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty close. Yeah.
You're pretty close. Okay, I want mine to be much thinner. So I'm going to go ahead and give it another splash right there. I think I might have just gotten it. I like my tahini lemon dressing to be very thin and not very gloppy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay, I think I just got it. So mine is, I don't know if you can see that, but mine is sort of like the consistency of like a cream soup, perhaps.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. I'm going to move that back over there. And once again, I'm going to wipe my cutting board down.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Mary Sheila.
Yeah.
Let's put some herbs in, darling.
Yeah. What herbs do you have, Marcella?
Well, it looks pretty sad right now. But actually, they're actually in better shape than they look. I've got dill. I don't know if you can see that. This beautiful dill that I got from my summer CSA box.
Yeah.
And dill, the word dill comes from dilla, from Nordic languages, which means to soothe.
Ooh.
Yeah, and some people don't like fresh dill or dill at all. Mm-hmm. I really love dill. Nice. Dill, when it's properly used in the right way, it's just such a delightful herb.
Nice.
So, what about you, Mary Sheila? What's in your herb garden today?
I have parsley. That's what I have on hand. And I also have a little bit of basil. So I was going to use a little bit of both of those. Okay. Yeah.
So then for people watching this, in terms of making the recipe, we could just say herbs of your choice.
Yes.
So I think dill is a good one. I think parsley is certainly a good one.
Yeah.
What about something like lemon thyme? That might be kind of nice.
Oh, yeah. With the lemon, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Cilantro is always a winner in my book. Yeah.
Mm. This smells so amazing. Oh my gosh. I just have to have a moment here. This is aromatherapy,
Yeah, totally.
It's so life affirming. Okay, so I'm going to put my dill in my dressing here.
All right, I got my parsley, mostly parsley and a little bit of basil. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is so exciting.
Ooh, this looks good. Okay, are we ready for a taste here?
So yeah, you're going to taste with what?
Well, I've got some salad greens. I've got just, like a mix of bitter salad greens and some edible flowers. and some sunflower sprouts. And again, I don't have a garden here, but I got all of these from the farmer's market up in Salida, Colorado, which is an hour north of here. And you know, thank goodness for farmers markets. Thank goodness for farmers. It's incredible. So good. Such
Yeah.
fresh food. Okay, so I'm going to taste. How about you?
Yeah, well, so you taught me something years ago, like always want to taste, you say, always taste with your canvas, with your lettuce, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how you're going to eat it. But I'm not following your rules this time. I'm tasting with a little cucumber.
Well, that could be part of your salad, though.
That's true.
Mm. Oh, wow. Mm. Oh, nailed it. Really good. Well, so what I've got here, the first thing that hit my palate, the lemon was like, hi. And then the gravitas of the tahini underneath it. So it's like the fat, you know, fat is the canvas of flavor. We build, from a culinary point of view, we build all of our flavors on top of the fat that we use.
Yes.
So the fat's on the bottom, the lemon's on the top, and then the garlic and the dill. Oh, yeah. And the tamari is just enough that with the salt that it just has a little bit of that umami. Now, if I can say, the reason why I say taste with the canvas is because the salad and the dressing are a unity in your mouth. So certain kinds of lettuce are going to be more conducive to other kinds of flavors. So what I've got here, I've got radicchio, I've got some escarole, I've got romaine. You know, I've got I've got sunflower sprouts, which are very mild. And then I've got these flowers, which are actually kind of sweet. So what I really get is that this dressing is too strong for the bitter of these greens. Let me see something here. So if I taste it with a flower, a little nasturtium here, which is kind of peppery. Yeah, much milder. The lettuce isn't fighting with the dressing. So yeah, this is going to be good for like butter lettuce, or like even like a salad like cucumber, tomato, feta cheese, like a Greek type salad. You know, you can even put something like this on that. I don't know, but it's pretty damn good.
Awesome. Maybe
it's really nice.
We'll have to do this again and do the perfect dressing to match the spicy, sassy, bitter greens, you know, like kind of pair that together.
Oh, that would be fun, like a salad and greens pairing.
Yeah.
Because something on spinach is going to be different than something on arugula, which is going to be different on like a rubbed kale salad, which will be different on like a regular iceberg salad, etc. So.
And what's great about that is, you know, we can get in a rut with our salad dressing. Sometimes it's like, you know, we make the same one. I have a friend, whenever we go to dinner at his house, I love his salad dressing. In fact, one year for my birthday, I was like, you could just make me a big jar. And he did.
Oh, that's so cute.
But anyway, so, but yeah, it's fun to think about pairing it. And then that's what keeps things kind of fun in the kitchen. It's like, oh, this kind of lettuce goes really good with this kind of vinegar and this kind of dressing, rather than being like same all the time.
Italian.
Yeah.
Whatever, from the bottle with crappy oils.
Right.
Ooh.
Yay, Marcella, thank you so much. This is fun.
You're so welcome. You know what? I want to grab one thing that I do is that when I was using crappy salad dressings, I would save the bottles. So now I've got this bottle that I can put this tahini dressing in. Yeah, I might need to get a cup for it, but
I've got a mason jar, so I'll throw mine in the mason jar.
There you go.
I'm a mason jar girl. I've got too many of them.
Let's just check how much yield. I think I've got just shy of a cup.
Right.
Cup of dressing here, 8 ounces.
And I have half a cup.
And there it goes.
I'm just kidding. It is so good you could drink it.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? This will be interesting. It's kind of like soups, you know, like if you let this sit for a day,
yeah,
the garlic and the salt are going to come out a little bit more strongly. The dill, all the what in recipe building, you know, what we can call the aromatics are they'll make themselves a little bit more known. So, yay!
Awesome. Voila. Okay, so let me just recap really quickly. So Marcella is a amazing chef and mindful eating coach. She just wrote a book called Tap, Taste, Heal. It is using emotional freedom techniques to eat joyfully and love your body. She is an incredible writer, and I highly recommend her book. She has an online program called the Women Food and Forgiveness Academy, which I am a part of. But if you go to Marcella Friel, and here's her name.com, you can find it all about her work and her program. And she, as a natural food chef, I brought her on here. We just made a lemon tahini dressing. So I'll post the ingredients up on top of this after we're done. But we just made a delicious dressing, and really, why is dressing so important? Because you are in control of what's in it. There's not all these fillers and thickeners and poor quality cheap oils. You decide what goes into it. The quality of fats is so critical for how our body works. And yeah, so
take your food back.
Woo!
Take your food back. Vote with your fork.
Yes. Awesome.
Vote with your whisk.
Yeah. Thanks, Marcella, and thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
All right. See you later, Mary Sheila. Thanks.